What does it truly take, to chase after one of those massive life-altering dreams? Especially when it means learning completely new skills and saving, well, a huge amount of money.
Yeah, it's a big question.
Today, for your deep dive, we're looking into something really quite extraordinary, drawn right from your sources. The personal log of one individual who actually documented his whole quest to sail around the world.
That's right. Our focus is Michael Martin's Captain Might's log. And it really is remarkable. It's this series of chronological entries spanning several years. It gives us this unfiltered look into his hopes, the practical steps he takes, and, well, all the unexpected turns his journey throws his way.
It's like a real-time account of ambition unfolding.
Exactly.
So our mission here is to unpack how this incredibly ambitious dream evolved. We'll explore the practical hurdles he faced, maybe some creative solutions he came up with, and I think importantly, the mindset needed to keep a goal like that alive for so long. You're going to get a front row seat to this unfolding dream, right from the initial, well, financial struggles, all the way to finding a life partner and even starting the book. Let's really dig in.
Let's do it.
So Michael Merton's log, it kicks off back in 2019. And right away, what strikes you is just how practical his approach is. I mean, he wasn't starting rich or anything.
Not at all.
In November 2019, his first step was literally applying for a job at McDonald's. He was hoping for maybe $800 a month. It's a very raw, humble beginning for such a huge aspiration.
It truly is. But what's fascinating is how quickly he starts to strategically pivot. Just days after that McDonald's application, he enrolls in a basic math course. Why? To prep for the entrance exam for the IBEW, that's the Electrical Workers Union.
Okay, so a skilled trade.
Right. This wasn't just any job. It was a path aiming for $18.75 an hour by July 2020. And he projected he could then save over $1,000 a month. So this isn't just about getting a job. It's about getting the right job to fuel the dream.
That's a serious level of commitment, isn't it? Choosing a path specifically to maximize savings for the big goal.
Yeah.
And then by late 2020, the dream itself starts to get clear. He'd apparently considered van living for saving money.
Right, the frugal approach.
But he explicitly shifts his focus.
Yeah.
He writes, I'm geared more towards trying to find a way to fix up an old boat and get on the ocean as soon as possible. But then he adds this, I'm serious about sailing around the world. I know I can do it. Courage. I have to build courage.
Ah, that's interesting.
What does it tell us when someone actually names the internal stuff they need to work on, not just the external steps?
Well, that's a critical point, I think. It shifts the focus from just, practical hurdles, money, skills, to the psychological architecture needed for such a massive goal.
Right.
And his personal philosophy really comes into play here. He lists out this specific value chain: faith, hope, love, temperance, wisdom, justice, and then finally, courage. It shows this self-awareness that, look, this isn't just a physical trip across oceans. It's a profound internal transformation that needs immense inner strength, resilience.
And he's not just thinking about it. He's doing the homework. Late 2020, he's researching specific boats, like the Lancer 40 sailboat.
Getting concrete.
Yeah, it's not just idle curiosity. It's starting to visualize the actual tools for the dream. And he's watching YouTube videos about couples who managed to buy and refit a sailboat for under $20,000.
Which gives them a tangible target, right? Inspiring, but also very practical. Hey, it can be done on a budget.
Exactly. And he's also taking real steps for experience. He joined findacrew.net.
Okay.
The idea being find a boat, join the crew, learn how to sail. This isn't just theory anymore. It's realizing that mastery comes from, getting your hands dirty, learning from people already out there.
That's a powerful shift, isn't it? From just planning to actively going out and getting the skills. Super critical for any big ambition.
So fast forward to 2021. Michael isn't just adding to his savings account. He's really anchoring this dream with a commitment to fundamental knowledge.
How so?
He redoubles his efforts to read the Sailor's Handbook cover to cover. Now, that's not a casual beach read.
Definitely not. That's a serious undertaking.
It's a major commitment to the theory, a quiet but, profound act of preparing for how huge this challenge really is.
And he's still thinking about saving money and adapting, even for life before the boat. He considers buying some land and living in a trailer.
Right, I saw that.
Not just to save cash, but also, and this is his phrasing, to acclimate me to living in tight quarters.
Huh. That's smart.
He's literally prepping himself mentally and physically for boat life, even before he has the boat. It shows incredible foresight, dedication.
So by May 2021, his painting houses gig had paid off. He'd saved around $16,000.
That's pretty good, considering where he started.
Yeah, it's a substantial amount. But then his journey takes a kind of unexpected and
Hmm.
deeply personal turn, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just when he's building momentum financially, Michael realizes that a dream this big, maybe it isn't just about solo ambition.
Ah,
He explicitly notes needing a mate to share the journey with him. And then, boom, by November 2021, he's engaged.
wow.
Kendra Koval and Michael Merton set to be married October 8th, 2022.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting financially, and it says a lot about his priorities. Around the time he gets engaged, he notes his savings dipped
Yeah.
big time, down to about $6,000, plus maybe another $2,000 in the bank, so 8 grand total.
Oof, that's a drop from 16.
Right. He acknowledges it, writes, "I'm going backwards," but then immediately adds, "I found my mate." Priceless.
Priceless. That says it all, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
What does that truly reveal about how he's weighing what matters most in this whole adventure?
Well, it reveals a profound reevaluation of what value means to him. The financial goal, yeah, it took a temporary hit, a big one. But adding a life partner, that fundamentally changes the dynamics, the potential of the journey itself. It shifts it from a solo thing to a shared ambition. And it suggests that for Michael, the richness of the experience, the companionship, well, that's ultimately more valuable than hitting a specific dollar amount by a certain date.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a key insight into how personal dreams can evolve.
Definitely.
So moving into late 2021 and into 2022, Michael starts diving into the real practicalities of boat ownership. He's noting down advice for beginners like, don't spend over $5,000 on your first boat.
Good advice. Start small, learn the ropes.
Always look for soft spots in the hull, basically. Rot. And critically, inspect the rigging. Now, for those of us not sailors, rigging is all the ropes and ryers holding the mast up and controlling the sails.
And it's expensive to replace.
He notes that. The heavy-duty standing rigging alone could be up to $5,000, and the sail rigging, another $1,000. These details really bring the financial challenge into focus.
Yeah, it's not just the purchase price, it's the refit, the maintenance. He's learning that.
He's also thinking about specific, smaller steps to build practical skills, like buying a laser sailboat. That's a small dinghy for Lake Erie to get hands-on time.
Makes sense. Practice, practice, practice.
Or even taking sailing lessons during their honeymoon down in Key West. These are like smaller, manageable actions that build towards the big dream, even while the main boat searches may be on hold.
It shows he's still moving forward, even if it's in smaller increments, keeping the momentum.
And then there's a creative funding angle. By December 2021, he's not just thinking about it, he's actually started writing a book.
A book, wow.
Yeah. Working title, The Art of Time. He says he has a workable plot line and the intention to fund his sailing adventure through writing.
That's quite a leap, isn't it? From painting houses and electrical work to becoming an author to fund a sailing trip?
It shows incredible adaptability, though, resilience. Even though he knows, again, that he's going backwards on savings at this point, the commitment to the dream, it's unwavering.
He's not just sitting around waiting. He's finding new paths, creative ways to generate the funds. It's a real testament to his persistence, recognizing that, sometimes the direct route isn't the only way or maybe even the best way for a long-term goal like this.
And that persistence carries into 2022. He notes in May 2022 that he doesn't see buying a boat happening super soon, but he explicitly states he will continue the dream.
Still holding on to it.
Yeah. It shows that even with these periods of apparent inactivity or financial setbacks, the core ambition is still very much alive, just waiting for the right time, maybe the right opportunity.
It's the long game.
Exactly. So we followed Michael Merton's log from those initial kind of raw financial hopes and the first spark of the dream to the strategic prep, finding a life partner, navigating the practical boat stuff, even starting a book. The last entry we have from Captain Mike's log is dated June 20th, 2025.
Right, the most recent one. And it finds Michael Merton at Farhad Akar's Woven Rug Gallery.
A rug gallery.
Yeah, described as getting mathematics off the ground.
Mathematics. With 2 M's.
2 M's. It's certainly a bit cryptic, isn't it?
It is. It completely throws you, doesn't it? We're thinking boats, sailing, maybe book sales, and now this mathematics and a rug gallery. What do you think of that?
Wow.
Does it mean the sailing dream changed? Or is this just another one of those, creative funding strategies we saw before, just in a totally different field?
That really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? While the log doesn't spell out what getting mathematics off the ground means,
Yo kidding.
it suggests he's involved in something new, maybe analytical, maybe business-focused, given the context. Could it be a new way to build capital, develop different skills, or maybe it's just an interim step, something completely unexpected?
Hmm.
But I think it strongly reinforces the main theme here. The path to a huge dream is rarely straight. It can take so many unexpected turns. And these seemingly unrelated efforts might actually be building resources or skills or connections in ways you just don't foresee, but that ultimately help the main goal.
It's a fascinating update, that's for sure. It makes his journey feel even more unique. Michael Merton's log really shows that pursuing a grand dream, well, it's almost never a straight line.
Absolutely not.
It's this journey packed with financial shifts, dedicated skill learning, finding critical partnerships like his fiance, and this incredible ability to adapt your methods from job hunting and budgeting to writing a book. And now, yeah, engaging in seemingly totally unrelated things like getting mathematics off the ground at a red gallery, whatever that means.
It really highlights the power of just sticking with it, persistence, that willingness to pivot when you need to, and just the evolving nature of ambition itself. His log isn't just a record of events, it's kind of a testament to the internal shifts and the external flexibility you need to keep a huge vision alive over years, even when the immediate path forward isn't obvious at all.
So, as you reflect on Michael Merton's journey, documented in his own words, maybe consider this. How do all those varied, sometimes seemingly unconnected efforts in his log, the IBEW training, the boat research, the book, the mathematics, how might they ultimately contribute, maybe in unexpected ways, to his long-term dream of sailing around the world?
And perhaps more personally, what unexpected skills or connections might you be cultivating right now, maybe without even realizing it, that could surprisingly contribute to your own future aspirations, whatever they may be?
Something to think about.